Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. Today I'll share some solutions to problems users had with Design Space or their Cricut machines. If the recommendations I give you don't fix your problem, then you need to contact Cricut customer service. Now let's begin. If you are having issues with Design Space, the first thing you should try is to close the program, reboot your computer. When you reboot your computer, it stops the programs running in the background and fixes the crashes while rebooting the drivers correctly. If this doesn't fix the problem, uninstall Design Space and reinstall it. I have a Mac and uninstalling a program is really easy. Go to Finder, Applications, look for Design Space, right-click on Move to Trash. To reinstall it, go to cricut.com/setup. Select your machine. I'll choose Cricut Maker Family, agree to Cricut Terms of Use, and download the software. To uninstall a program, if you have a Windows machine, follow the Microsoft directions. Select Start, All Apps, search for Design Space, and right-click on Uninstall. If you are still having issues using Design Space on a desktop, make sure you're using Design Space Live. You can see what version you are using on the top bar. If you are using the beta version, it will show as Cricut Design Space Beta. You could also check on the menu, go to Settings, General, and check on Application Experience. As you can see, I'm using the live version, which is more stable. The beta version is the experimentation platform, so there are more risks of getting into issues. If you are having a problem with Design Space being slow, especially when loading images and fonts from the Cricut library, or with images you upload to the cloud, the reason may be your internet connection. To check that the issue is not your connection, go to Google and type speed test in the search box. Click Run Speed Test. You will get a different result based on your provider and how much you pay for the internet. As you can see, my result shows that my internet is very fast. If you are having issues with Design Space, especially after an update, and you use an older computer, check if your computer still meets the system requirements. I'll share the link to this page in the info box below the video. If you are in Design Space and you get an error with a number, follow the instructions. Click on here. It will send you to the Cricut help page. Here you can find the error and the steps to fix it. If nothing that I show you works, contact Cricut customer service. Cricut support is available in the Americas, USA, Canada, Brazil, Chile, Mexico, Asia Pacific, Africa and Middle East, Europe, and others. If you can call, use the chat instead. If your machine shows you the red light button, don't panic. Before, I used to think it was the end of the world, but this is not the case. Most of the time, it is an easy fix and is related to the software update. I have a full tutorial step by step on what to do. Many times people contact me to ask me why their machine doesn't cut properly if its blade is almost new. The reason may be that residues on the base of your blade are ruining your cuts. When you cut materials with glitter and small pieces of vinyl or iron-on, clean the base and the blade. These materials tend to get stuck. Push the plunger, remove the blade, clean it, and do the same with the base. Remember that the blade lifetime varies based on the material you use and how often you use your machine. You'll need to get a replacement blade when your blade stops cutting properly. When you are done cleaning, place the blade back in place. To sharpen your blade while waiting for a replacement, make a ball with foil paper and pinch the blade. I recommend buying the original blades. The most common problems are related to calibration. To calibrate your machine on Design Space, go to the menu, click on Calibration. The options you have here are based on the machine you are using. If you have a machine from the Maker series, you can calibrate your machine for print and cut. You could also calibrate these tools if you own the knife and rotary blades. If you have a machine from the Explore family, you only see the option to do the print and cut calibration. And Cricut Joy doesn't have calibration since you can print and cut with it. For the calibration, make sure to use regular copy paper, print at least 2 to 3 copies. You will use the fine point blade for the print and cut calibration. Watch my video step by step to calibrate your machine correctly. If you have a machine from the Maker family and the rotary and knife blades, you can calibrate this. A common mistake is trying to calibrate the knife blade with the fine point blade. You will get the message that Cricut can detect the blade. The same happens with the rotary blade. Many users confuse the scoring wheel for the rotary blade, so you get the message that Cricut doesn't detect the rotary blade. The reason is that you are using the wrong blade. Also, once in a while, I see people on my Facebook group having issues with these rubber rollers on Explore 2 and Maker. In some people's machines, these rubber rollers wear out or get loose. I'm assuming that is due to the use, but I'm not sure. One solution I have seen is to move one of the white plastic stars close to the roller so it doesn't move. I recommend calling Cricut customer service if you still have the warranty on your machine. Currently, these parts cannot be bought from Cricut. However, there are generic replacements for the rubber rollers that you can buy on Amazon, Etsy, or eBay. I hope these recommendations have helped you solve your problem. I also recommend you to watch my videos about 10 common mistakes of beginners and 10 common mistakes of print and cut. I hope you like this video and find it informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you are interested in any of the Cricut machines, I'll share the links where you can buy them in the info box below the video. If you are new to Cricut, I invite you to join the Cricut Crafting Corner group on Facebook. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.